Oh, that's bad. That's dumb. That's dumb. I would lose it. I would lose my mind. Generic control into that goes me. Here back with another Scott Waz reaction. Today we're finishing up the dark age of Nintendo with Chibi-Robo Zip Lash, which might be Scott's most hated game of all time. Maybe even beats out some of the Madden games that follow Madden 08 or that aren't Madden 08. You want to check my reaction last video, which was Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, which I learned that they made a ton of Mario sports games for some reason. I'll leave my reaction to that right up there. Also, the link down below in the description. Also, in a place on my channel with all my other Scott Waz reactions. Go into chronological order. Binge watch you all of those. I think I will do the bloopers for these because people have raved about them in the comment section. Not gonna do them all in one sitting because an hour-long video is insane. This is the 9th video I'm recording today. It's also 46 minutes long. I've spent like the last 8 or 9 hours in front of these ring lights talking non-stop and projecting my voice. My eye is starting to twitch because of the sensitivity to the light. It's absolutely insane. Shout out to the patrons. Would not be able to do this if it was not for them. Hopefully, I'm able to make your day just tiny little bit better. But shout out to the patrons because none of this possible was for them. $3 a month get you all my reaction videos a day early. Last week it was like 18 videos a day early. This week it'll be like 17 videos, I think. Maybe even more because I'm going to record with Kirby and there might be the Hello Boss short. That might also be. So it might be 18 back-to-back weeks, which is insanity. But shout out to the patrons. I read all your comments, so leave them down below whether you're a patron or not, whether you're subscribed or not. But I hope you are subscribed. And I actually do. People are surprised when I say that, and I actually do. I actually do read every single one of your comments, and I respond to a lot of them. So go ahead and leave some down below. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hopefully I can make it a tiny little better. But let's go ahead and jump into Chibi-Robo Zip Lash, the darkest age of Nintendo. Whew. Is he the therapist now? Oh. Roles reversed.
All right. So. Tell me where it all began.
Chibi-Robo Zip Lash.
All right.
Oh, you're that guy.
The one and only.
What?
I was your therapist.
You're more delusional than I thought.
You were my patient that wouldn't stop talking about virginity.
And not being your patient.
You played that mammal game with the toys?
I would remember if that happened. It's on my bucket list.
The tennis thing with
Amiibo?
Luigi?
Yeah.
If it doesn't exist, it would be on the news.
And you're about to talk about something else. That's what I called it.
See, this is where your story falls flat. It's really unlike me to talk about 3 things.
You're freaking me out, man.
I don't think
fact you
come
gave
threes.
3 different games that scared me. Who knows what you're capable of giving a shit about?
Let me get this straight. You believe I, who answered a 1 ad in the paper for therapists, used to have you as a therapist, and you went insane after therapy sessions with you about 3 games, caused you to question faith.
That's my obituary.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry.
I know what the 3rd game was going to be.
Why?
It sounds like a good thing to add in my book, my patient's personal stories and I.
I don't know.
I feel like that's you can't talk about that.
It was a game.
Wait, huh?
Wait, I remember a game.
A game? Oh yeah, it's in the toilet. Touching the toilet. Germaphobe.
You were a therapist.
I tried to be a news anchor, but I wasn't cut out. So
I can see it.
Yeah.
And I was your patient.
Wait, he was.
Because of you, because I played 3 Nintendo games.
He was in
the
the Madden 08 Christmas.
I had to seek therapy.
Well, what was the 3rd game? What happened when you played the 3rd game?
His voice. I love what his voice is like. It's just Madden 08. Rated E for everyone. Oh. Why?
I'm gonna get therapy for playing all 3 of these games. I'm gonna suppress everything, forget who I am, and become a therapist. And here we are today.
So it's just a 2D game about a robot.
Bad 2D game about a robot.
Why is it a bad game?
Those exist?
Not until 2015 they didn't.
Listen, can you just get over this trauma so I can enjoy my therapy in peace?
No.
You need to get over your trauma.
I need therapy, alright? And you're gonna give me advice on how to improve my mental health, and you're gonna like it!
You were a
what is
therapist.
mental health?
Don't you give yourself therapy?
My mirror's in the shop!
You don't know what I go
mirrors
through
in the
every day.
shop?
How do you expect me to give you secret therapy when we didn't even finish our original session?
You know, I'll tell you what. If I finish your session, will we do my therapy?
You know there are millions of customer support websites that would love to hear your personal problems.
You need to finish what you started.
I don't trust that.
We need to end this now. I have dinner tonight with my family, and I gotta finish this before then, so I don't show up insane.
Okay, he's going to show up insane.
He's going to
be worse.
Nice place. Is this your couch?
Yeah. Okay. This place.
Did they actually like film this like in his apartment or something?
You ever take a shit?
Oh yeah, been a big fan.
Cool. So you know what this place is. This is the bathroom.
And that's where it is.
Well, on the off chance I need to restock, no, but I keep these here as a hobby.
How many?
I like to curate them. This game blows. This game blows.
Oh my god.
I feel like the bloopers are great. Emergency therapy. Are they all copies of Chibi-Robo Zip Lash? Oh no, not knocking everything off the desk.
You know, I may have left the force a while ago, but when it comes to makeshift therapy offices, I still got
The
it.
force? He's taped to a desk.
Tell me where it all went wrong.
Well,
This game is worse than I thought.
Chibi-Robo Zip Lash is a stupid fucking fuck shit.
You know, that sounds
Why?
about right.
What is
Something
bad?
just doesn't seem right.
Oh, hey, Scott here.
Now this is therapy!
Back in 275 BC, Euclid did us all a solid and discovered the third dimension, and it only took until 2015 for Chibi-Robo to piss all over that.
And do what?
Chibi-Robo
Of course
Zip
they
Lash.
sold an amiibo for it.
I've been harsh to this game, calling it such names as bad. You may say,
Oh, really?
"Scott,
That's
just
it?"
an opinion. I'll respond with, I don't know, the fact detector says otherwise. I don't like
fact
this game. If
detector.
it came to my funeral, I'd be pissed I died in the first place. Of course, what makes it so bad? Well, we should go all the way back to the early 2000s. A great time. This didn't exist yet. The developer known as Skip Limited were widely known for being unknown. They made
Oh,
quite a few
that's where the
titles in
Skip
their
Lash
day,
came
but
in.
None of them particularly did all too well. Most people have never even heard of any of the games they've worked on, but
Captain
they still
Rainbow?
have a devoted
I've
fan base.
never heard of
There's
it.
truly nothing else
Please
like
turn
a
over.
Skip game. They have such distinct art styles and humor.
That's
it's
what a
hard
Skip
not
game
to
is?
appreciate their creativity. Games like Gift-Pia on the GameCube, Captain Rainbow on the Wii, only Skip could have made these. And it's a shame barely anybody outside of Japan could experience them as they weren't localized. They created the art style games on WiiWare and DSiWare.
Don't know what that
the
is.
game LOL for the DS. Their link
What a
is
name.
doing just fine, don't worry. But the thing they're most well known for,
Is this?
undoubtedly, is Chibi-Robo.
Oh, but this
And
isn't
people
Zip
still
Lash.
don't know what this fucking thing is. Here we have a developer who works with Nintendo pretty much exclusively. They've published all of their games except LOL.
Take a chance for once.
And most of their biggest games never left Japan, didn't even do well in Japan to begin with, and their
But they
mascot franchise,
keep
which got
making
6 releases, still isn't actively known by anybody outside of this room.
Wait, do I know what it is?
No.
Lonely?
No.
Then no.
Isn't that weird? A developer that makes this many games with Nintendo, the biggest name in all of words, and if I called the police saying, I was robbed, they took my Nintendo game developed by Skip, they'd go, who?
Which one?
Well,
Yeah.
Skip is most known for Chibi-Robo. Announced in 2003, it was initially
Is that a
far
GameCube?
different
It
from the
is.
final product. It was a point-and-click adventure game to be published by Bandai.
What?
You had to tell that Chibi-Robo where to go and what to do.
Oh.
It was a tiny little robot.
I'm kind of
who humbled an
unfamiliar with
inventor,
point-and-click.
and
I
all good
remember-
games with this premise, it was shelved. However,
Doug
Shigeru
Doug's
Miyamoto
Pajama
of
Sam
Nintendo
video.
got a good look at this game and expressed fondness of the character of Chibi-Robo. This is where the company stepped in and decided to publish the game instead of Bandai. Miyamoto joined as a producer.
Every time I
and
hear
helped shape the
Bandai, I
game
think
into
of
the final
Bankai.
product we have today, which released for the Nintendo GameCube in 2005 for Japan and 2006 for the rest of the world. Chibi-Robo
crumbs.
plug-into adventure transformed from a point-and-click into a flat-out adventure game. You directly control Chibi-Robo,
like, a
exploring
house.
family's house instead of an inventor's. The family bought their own Chibi-Robo helper robot. That's me! Roaming
it's
around a
quite
standard
small.
house as a normal-sized human? Boo. As a robot the size of a quarter? It's a dream
like a
come
Toy
true.
Story.
It's really cool to run around a typical family home, but from the perspective of a rat. Just climbing up furniture is like climbing up a mountain in a regular video game. It's a fun concept, and that's not the only thing Chibi-Robo had going for it.
What?
This game
Also,
is
I like how he
weird
has
and
the
different,
plug
and
just
that's what
following
I
behind
like
him.
about it. The humor and style is so it.
My
You meet
usual
so many
spot.
crazy characters, and the gameplay mechanics of having to find an outlet to plug in to recharge. And
Oh,
trying
that's
to make
why that's
humans
there.
who bought you happy by accomplishing tasks and gaining happy points.
Toothbrush.
This is a solid game that has that Nintendo charm. It sold horribly. I mean,
Oh.
this released pretty late in the game.
Oh, that's bad.
By the time Chibi-Robo came out, I don't think many people were interested in taking a
I
risk
mean-
on a character that's plug-based on a system nobody had. It's a shame.
Wait, do people not
because
have
Chibi-Robo,
GameCubes?
as a character, has a similar level of charm as any of the other cutesy Nintendo mascots. If they just gave him a chance to succeed, he could live on for quite a long
Yeah, like
time.
put him on the
What
DS.
happened?
Already got tickets to the funeral.
E3 2006, Chibi-Robo Bark Patrol was announced for the Nintendo DS. How the hell did that happen? How do you make
Oh,
a
they didn't make
GameCube
a
game
DS.
that does poorly and Nintendo goes, F it, here's 5 more games? A sequel this soon and on the DS. It was surprising.
Why?
Hey, this game was coming out pretty early on in the DS's life. It was on a much
Why?
more popular system. I think Chibi-Robo may have a chance to do well here. Side note, I
Also,
love how I hold
the
this
top
box.
comment
I
from the
always
last
hold it like
video
this, but my other hand deserves some spotlight.
Made me laugh.
Here in North America,
so
Bark
hard.
Patrol was only available at Walmart. See, that's great. I couldn't think of a better store to sell a Chibi-Robo game. There are 2 types of Americans: people who shop at Walmart and Chibi-Robo fans. There's not much overlap.
Yeah,
this
no,
seemed
there's
like
not.
a last-minute decision Nintendo of America made.
2007.
Just about a month before the game released, GameStop was still taking pre-orders. I feel they just immediately had a bad feeling about this game and made a deal with Walmart, and they probably jumped at the idea of having the exclusive rights to a Nintendo-published DS game, the hottest console out
And
there.
somehow
and then they found
they-
out it was Chibi-Robo. Great.
I think GameStop would have made more sense. Many believe Walmart was chosen due to Park Patrol's themes of environmental conservation.
No. What?
The store was aiming to not kill as many dolphins that year.
Huh?
No.
Was that a thing that people were talking about in 2007?
Just because Walmart's views somewhat aligned with the slight theme of a Chibi-Robo game? No, they didn't believe this game was going to be a success and didn't want a warehouse full of unsold copies. Park Patrol released one day after The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. It got
I've never heard of that
you could only buy it
Zelda
at a store
game.
that keeps their games behind a glass door. You'd have to say, one Chibi-Robo, please, and I don't have it in my heart to say that to an underpaid cashier. This game also didn't do well. It did better in Japan. I mean, I can actually find commercials they released for it there.
Wow.
But here in North America, it's pretty obvious why.
So why did this take off, but like something like Pikmin did?
Enough game. You're Chibi-Robo planting flowers in a park. Bit of a different take from the original, and the DS just isn't as good of a platform for a 3D adventure game like this. But it's still a charming, wacky little game. It still feels like Chibi-Robo, though not the same as the original. And Nintendo specifically requested that. They wanted this game to be a new spin on Chibi-Robo.
And it is.
Thought the original didn't sell well because right when everybody on the planet was about to buy it, they looked up the genre. That makes no sense.
What is the genre?
Well, in 2009, the original Chibi-Robo had a shot
Pikmin.
at
Wow.
redemption. Nintendo was re-releasing old GameCube games on the Wii at budget prices with
GameCube games on the
now.
Wait, do they need to re-release them? You can play GameCube games on a Wii. Pikmin, I played.
Kong Jungle Beat and Mario Power
I played one
Stars.
Pikmin
The
game.
original Chibi-Robo
Didn't play much of it
was
because I
set
kept
to
getting
release
sad
on
whenever I
the
lose a
Wii.
Pikmin.
This may be a great chance for the game to find a new audience. It was the only new play control game that didn't release outside of Japan. Are you fucking kidding me? There would be no work required to bring this game over. It's just the original GameCube game. The translation work's already been done.
So why didn't they do it
on a far more popular platform during the height of its popularity?
Yeah, I remember
here in
the
North
Wii
America,
was crazy.
But no, the last two games didn't do well over here. Well, of course they didn't. You only released one at Walmart and the other one for a failed console, and you marketed neither of them.
Sorry, I've been holding that in for 23 years.
23 years?
Didn't this happen in 2009?
So,
yeah.
what's next for Chibi-Robo? How about a true
Zip Lash?
sequel to the original? Park Patrol was more of a different take on Chibi-Robo, while this next game puts Chibi-Robo right back in a house helping a family out. Same gameplay, same style. This
it's
is
just
Chibi-Robo
cleaning simulator.
in its
It's like
purest
Power
form.
Wash
How did they
simulator.
fuck it up? Well,
Only in Japan.
Called Chibi-Robo Clean Sweep by fans. This Nintendo
You know the
DS game was a full-on continuation of the first game and was really quite
You know
good.
the meme where the person's riding a bike, they put the stick in the bike and they fall down and they blame
life to the
you know,
series and
some
introduced it to
random.
so many more people if they
That's
actually
this.
marketed and released them outside of Japan. But no. Instead, we had to wait 4 more years for more Chibi-Robo action. Imagine the
Photo
world
Finder?
without Chibi-Robo games. In 2013, we got Chibi-Robo Photo Finder for the Nintendo 3DS in Japan, and 1 year later everywhere else. It was downloadable only, and is more of a Park Patrol-like Chibi-Robo game. By that I mean it was similar to the original style, but with a fair amount of differences. This game focused on taking pictures with the 3DS camera to transport real-world
What was
objects
the
into
megapixels
game's
on
world.
that thing?
I think this was a totally decent little title. It looked quite good for being just a downloadable 3DS game too.
Oh, it was only download.
It's more realistic looking art style, while obviously done due to the photo taking mechanic, isn't nearly as charming as the typical Chibi-Robo style. Taking photos with the 3DS camera though, I think that's what killed a lot of interest in this game. If it came out in 2011 when the 3DS just launched, sure, but the novelty of augmented reality type stuff with the 3DS died off considerably by this point.
Yeah.
Nobody really wanted to take pictures with their 3DS anymore, so building an entire game around it starring a character nobody knew, what do you mean we're going out of business?
But
I mean, playing a photo-based adventure game was your New Year's resolution in 2014. Get the game released early January here in North America.
True, it could be
perfect for that.
Oh, come on. You need to be more accepting of different resolutions. For example, my New Year's resolution is to drink more.
It's July.
Yeah.
Is that another Natty Light?
Nintendo Direct with dozens of other announcements that easily overshadow.
I don't know. There's gonna be a Nintendo Direct like soon, right? Do I need to react to that? Like live reaction to that? That's a thing I can do, right?
Far more than
I
other
might.
franchises that sold even more. They just kept mishandling this series. It felt like they never wanted to blame themselves for the series' low sales, and instead chucked it up to, oh, people just don't get Chibi-Robo. What's there to get? He's a tiny robot! I personally believe you can take any character and make him a success with the right type of marketing. Is there any reason why a fat pink circle does well, but a tiny robot doesn't? Nintendo believed that if we don't spend any advertising on Chibi-Robo and it still doesn't do well, we probably have to add some gimmick or change the game for the next entry to make it more appealing.
Zip Lash?
How does a company do so well but goes f***ing asinine when it comes to Chibi-Robo? What's so difficult about understanding that, if I don't
What
market
is their
the game,
beef
or
with
if
Zip
I release
with
it at the end of a
Chibi-Robo?
failed console's lifespan, or I only release it at a store that sells hoses at, or maybe if I take the only 2 games that may have had a chance in North America and only release it in Japan, that it may be my fault the game's not doing well instead of the games themselves.
Moments like this make me really proud I was voted most likely to be therapist in high school.
Nice, I was voted most likely to go to therapy.
I'm not saying Chibi-Robo could be the next Air. I don't think it appeals to everybody, but there's no reason why so many other games that are weirder
like air,
and more
like what we're
complicated
breathing?
sell better. It's not rocket science. Nintendo just doesn't understand why this series fails to do at least a little bit better, not the series itself. But see, that's when we entered 2015, and Nintendo's had enough of the series not doing well. They thought, you know what the problem with Chibi-Robo is?
Chibi-Robo?
Like empathy?
No.
Overqualification?
Barely.
Tax evasion?
That's me.
Nope, it's the fact Chibi-Robo isn't a 2D platformer.
That's my parents' problem with me too.
Chibi-Robo Zip
Lash. But that has nothing to do with it being a platformer.
I've always just had a bit of a problem with this one. Oh, hi Scott, it's your mom. You're adopted.
That's understandable. I appreciate your transparency.
Oh, and Chibi-Robo Zip Lash exists.
No!
This was announced in a Japan-exclusive Nintendo Direct on May 31st, 2015. Starting
what do you mean Japan-exclusive Nintendo Direct? What?
Exploring 3D
they have those?
As a miniature robot. Now here's the game you're actually getting, you dumb bitch. So why did they take Chibi-Robo and turn it into a 2D platformer? Well, 2D games are easier to develop, are more accessible, and generally sold much better for Nintendo at the time. After New Super Mario Bros. Success, Nintendo went a bit 2D crazy, and it felt like pretty much all they were making
and they're like, whoa,
3DS at the time
they're cheaper to make
games.
and they're selling good.
3D games like Super Mario 3D World were very much inspired by 2D games. It was pretty much a 2D Mario game, but with an extra axis. So they probably thought, oh, let's turn Chibi-Robo into a 2D platformer so it'll sell better. Here's the thing.
I don't hate the grapple
genre
mechanic.
Wasn't the problem with Chibi-Robo. You can't just take this character and put him in a kart racer and expect it to sell well. Consumers won't go up to a game called Chibi-Robo's Super Gas and go, oh, finally a genre I care about that Chibi-Robo's in. I'm gonna buy this.
Yeah, why did they just put Chibi-Robo in like Mario Kart or something?
Just putting him in a 2D platformer is not gonna do anything except make him blend into the crowd more rather than stick out. Listen, I love 2D platformers, but Nintendo made too many of them on 3DS and Wii U. It just felt somewhat cheap and lazy to do nothing but 2D games instead of making a more in-depth 3D one. And I think that was one of the problems with Nintendo this generation.
Stop, I guess.
Like, no wonder people didn't buy the Wii U. 2D games are fun and more people can play them, but they just aren't as exciting to look at.
But how are you supposed to play?
You're not gonna buy an entire console.
Amiibo Festival.
The Wii U had a bunch of great 2D games. But that's kind of all it had for a while. 2D platformers are games you don't want to take a risk on. Many of them, especially Nintendo ones, are more so comfort food for people. So tell me, why would you go wild with a game called Chibi-Robo Zip Lash if you want a 2D platformer when you could just buy New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS?
Because you like Chibi-Robo that much.
Or Kirby Triple Deluxe, or Yoshi's New Island.
Have any of you even heard of this
Sonic,
before?
Or later on, after
Shovel
Zip Lash
Knight.
released,
What?
Kirby Planet Robobot, Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World,
Was that
Super
really
Mario Maker.
out?
Like, sure,
Was that really
making this game a 2D platformer makes it more accessible. Yes! But it set it up to compete against so many of Nintendo's other properties. Like, do you really think Chibi-Robo Zip Lash stands a chance next to Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World? Of course not.
So you didn't like that they turned the small robot into Poochie Town?
No, I personally feel there was a lot of potential for Chibi-Robo to work fine in 2D.
Okay.
You're mental.
Let me finish.
No, you're insane. And I don't work with people who have mental problems.
Yes, you do. You're a therapist.
It's not that they turned Chibi-Robo 2D. I mean, if they did it right, it could be a cute little time. My issue is why they did it, how they did it, and when
I don't
they
hate the grapple
did
mechanic, to be honest.
Because Chibi-Robo never sold well, so turn him into a 2D platformer.
Yeah, that
makes
philosophy is not
the whole game
good.
Feel oddly patronizing. Like, oh, you didn't get this, so here's the most basic by-the-numbers game we could possibly make. If this makes no sense to you, here you go, you dumb bitch. You like it now?
Maybe. Oh, why is he on fire?
Initially, but nothing stuck out about it. It was just, oh, here's a 2D game.
Did they have a 2D
everything's made out of blocks.
with the
There's
grapple
nothing
thing
that
like
takes
that?
advantage of the fact that Chibi-Robo's a small robot. You could have taken him out of the game and made him any character and given them a whip, and it would have been the exact same thing. And they did this when the 3DS was far from lacking in 2D platformers. Like I said, this doesn't make the game more appealing, it just makes it blend in with the crowd. But here's a Chibi-Robo amiibo that comes with the game, you should buy it! Oh man,
how much
now
was
people who collect amiibo have to buy this.
Do you collect
They
amiibo?
just have to. You get the figure and it barely does anything when you scan into the game, you have to have
it golden?
The game was announced for North America one day later on June 1st in a Nintendo Direct Micro, playing around with the small size of Chibi-Robo. The game was announced for an October release. They showcased it at E3 later that month, not in their big Nintendo digital event, no, but at things like the Treehouse Live Show. It's
Whatever
really
that
weird
is.
to
Why
me that they didn't
Yoshi's.
just wait to reveal this game at E3 2015 and instead opted to talk about it in the Direct Micro. I mean, they padded out their digital event with stuff like talking about Yoshi's Woolly World for the 20th time, like 4 days before it came out in Europe.
Do people
Why not
just
show
like
off Zip
wool
Lash
things?
during their big event? If they went to all the trouble of turning Chibi-Robo into a 2D platform for the sake of making it more widely recognizable and accessible,
Make it-
why not showcase the game
Yeah,
in a big E3
exactly.
show? Instead, all you do is announce it in a video many people didn't even know existed and proceed to not talk about it for
It
4
has
months until it comes
1.7
out in
million
October.
views.
Again, you like to act like you want this franchise to succeed, but you just give up on it immediately after.
Did they like
revealing
sign like
the
a super long
what you're
contract
saying
or
is,
something?
It's a shitty game.
Chibi-Robo Zip Lash was released on October 9th,
Zip Lash
2015
may be
here
the
in North
last
America,
chance.
and the developers basically guilted fans into buying it, saying,
$60.
oh, this may be our last chance for Chibi-Robo. Oh, please, you know what else was potentially the last chance for a franchise? Fire
What?
Emblem Awakening. That
Was
also
it?
released for the 3DS, and it was pretty much the ultimate Fire Emblem at the time. Fans
Oh.
loved it, and it created new fans.
I remember
Chibi-Robo
Fire
Zip
Emblem
Lash
characters
is
from
nothing like
Smash
a Chibi-Robo
Ultimate
game.
when I
It was what fans wanted, but they
CPUCS.
better buy it if they want more games. What does that tell Nintendo? If I buy this game, that's telling them I want more 2D Chibi-Robo. I don't.
yeah, no one
also
does.
says I'll buy anything Nintendo releases. I did. So
Did he
for
actually buy it?
$29.99, you can buy this game by itself. For $10 more, you could
I
get
thought
the
it was
Amiibo
60.
bundle. This was originally the only way you could nab the Chibi-Robo Amiibo here in the States.
Ah.
But later on, Amazon exclusively sold it separately.
Wow.
I mean, I like this Amiibo quite a bit.
Also, apparently
Well, this
Nintendo
game's too
games,
big to fit into
like,
an actual outlet
notoriously, like,
purchase,
never
this is a nice figure.
go on
I like
sale.
the box, I guess. The new Chibi-Robo logo
Like,
looks
they're
better
never
than the
more than, like,
original, in my
33%
opinion.
off.
And
I did not know
find
that.
it
I'd never
odd that
noticed.
From October 2015 to October 2016, Nintendo had a tendency to name games that were either polarizing or negatively received with an ash at the end of their subtitles. But only
Oh,
Zip
okay.
Lash is a fun play on
What
words
the-
referencing a medical condition. I'd assume if this game got a sequel, it would be called Chibi-Robo Melanoma Roma.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
I think Zip
that's a
Lash
great
is
name.
a great name. If
Do
they
you?
replace the word good with the word Chibi-Robo Zip Lash, I'd have no problem with it.
You'd be okay with replacing a word just like that?
Oh, I would. And that's saying something. Words mean a lot to me. Words have been in my family for generations. I'm a word buff. Go ahead, name a word. Any
The
word.
bloopers have to be.
Love that one.
Upon release, Zip Lash received a price drop. Yes,
Oh,
this did not do
immediately.
well commercially or critically. Sitting at a ripe 59 on Metacritic.
Ooh.
Was that deserved? No, even zero's too high. I bought this
Zero's
game at launch
too
because
high.
I wanted to support the Chibi-Robo franchise. I
Oh,
wanted to see more
Scott.
games. I wanted the series to not
Oh,
have to worry about
Scott.
casket shopping after every entry. Plus, the Amiibo was neat, and I was in that buy every Nintendo release you can phase in
Scott.
my life. I popped this game in, played it for 58 minutes, and
58 minutes.
I couldn't do it.
He
So
actually.
you barely played this game.
58
and
minutes.
You hate it this much?
No, I hate it way more than this much.
You can't
Oh.
form an opinion on a game you've barely played. That's unethical. That's why we have HR.
So I should play 10 hours of a game I already know I don't
10
like. Just have an
hours?
opinion on it.
Well, if you don't like it, don't play it.
But how would I know I don't like it if I don't play it?
Well, just stop doing stuff.
This game has spent
Yeah,
enough
just
time
stop.
soaking. It's time to play through it and give it a fair shot. Because who knows, maybe 60 hours in, I'll start to see its worth. I
Nope.
will not put this down until I beat this game. So let me just do a little bit of this, a little bit of
Oh. Oh, he didn't put it there.
Can you put the game in for me?
No, that
No.
goes against my family's tradition. They never asked me to pop in Chibi-Robo Zip Lash, and I will
They never-
always never do that to honor them.
Well, we're gonna need help with this.
Yep.
Can you at least get this off of me?
Now
Nope.
that me and my family did all the time.
I am forwarding this message to everybody in my contacts list. If you
Oh,
stop
you wanna
by
play
tonight,
Gex?
we'll play.
Lie about Gex.
Don't lie. I've lied before, and it's too fun.
Yeah, don't lie. It's too.
Chibi-Robo Zip Lash.
Gex.
not take you as a Zip Lash fan.
I'm not. I knew you were lying, and I'm finally willing to give Gex a shot.
Oh, no.
Oh.
It's the Gex. Anyone up for round Gex? What if I told you I didn't even own Gex and I wasn't lying about Zip Lash?
That's ridiculous. We played Gex that one time.
No.
That was Amiibo Festival.
Amiibo
that
Festival,
was
yep.
Smash.
But-
That was a car wash we went through together.
Oh.
Hey, I heard you didn't own Gex.
From myself?
Yeah. Word gets around.
Oh.
Kick these on you? I thought you
What?
hated Gex.
Hey, I cross-reference that copy whenever I need to be reminded how much I hate Gex. Yeah. Yeah, that lizard.
Alright, let's play Gex.
Wait, that's Gex. Yep.
You know what I like about Gex?
The
Consistency.
therapist
Okay,
is
can
there.
somebody pop in the game for me? I can't do it myself.
Oh, well,
you knew that was
it's
gonna
already
end
broken.
anyways.
I was worried that 3DS wasn't hammer resistant.
You're welcome.
Alright.
He's gonna play it.
Flash.
Scott,
Swing into
why?
action. Chibi plug and help Chibi-Robo save the world.
Save the world from
I'm
what?
gonna be sick.
The Capri Sun. Apparently they sell adult-sized Capri Suns.
It's a f***ing Cheez-It.
Wait, it's a Cheez-It? Also, since when did DS cartridges have that the little hook. I remember DS cartridge being like a square almost. Like a
Chibi-Robo
perfect
Zip
square.
Lash opens up on a 40-second long CGI cutscene where Chibi-Robo swings his plug. And that's it. Here's the title screen. This looks disgusting. First off, oh great, a farm.
Well,
that's
it's not
the first and
3DS,
only thing
so.
I think of when the act of Chibi-Robo comes up. Everything is really blocky and
The original
to
DS
me, this
is
feels like they were cutting corners
forever
and
the best
made
one.
really low polygon models and tried to
In
act like
my
that.
opinion,
That's
if
just
I'm
the
allowed to
game's
have
art
that.
style. Like, really? Is this really an artistic decision? So the story starts. Chibi-Robo is cleaning a space shuttle.
That's fine.
Don't give a sh**.
Because it
Our
needs
assistant
to.
Telly appears asking if we want to kick it and watch some TV. The news comes on and it's apparent that aliens have stolen natural resources from Earth. We gotta stop them.
What does that do with
There
a
we go.
robot?
We control Chibi-Robo. Who would have guessed? Jump with A and swing your plug with X, which is called a whiplash. This game is one big f you to WebMD. We can angle it in the air. That's all we can do. Swing to the side, swing at one angle in the air. Nothing else is possible. Stop dreaming. That
you
is
can't
unless
actually
we
aim it. You can only
That's
go.
when the Zip Lash comes into play. Oh, thank God, yes. Finally, a good fucking use for this button. The Zip Lash is a more powerful whiplash. You have to charge up, and then you can angle anywhere. You
you
click
can angle.
at the
Okay,
level to
that makes
increase
sense.
the length of your Zip Lash, and then you can get it going farther places, but the length resets after every level, so it might be a good idea to just give up. So,
Just
yeah,
give
Zip Lash can
up?
go pretty far. Look at that. Somebody should name a game after it. Man, can you imagine a game
Ultra
with
Smash?
an Ultra Smash and a Zip Lash? The Zip Lash needs to be
God.
charged, though, and it's painstakingly
Chibi-Robo
long.
Zip
It takes a couple of
Zip
seconds,
Lash,
and then you have
Ultra
to aim.
Smash,
If I aim
Ultra Smash,
incorrectly,
Zip Lash,
I have to
yeah.
charge it up again. Aiming the thing is way too finicky with the circle pad. You can move it more precisely with the D-pad, but now aiming is ridiculously slow. So that means,
Yeah.
well, just use the whiplash. But it's so damn limited. You can't increase its length like the Zip Lash, and you can only aim it in like 2 directions.
At certain angles,
your
yeah.
options are either annoyingly limited or annoyingly slow. This isn't fun. It feels like they were making the game, and Chibi-Robo's moveset was actually pretty interesting and well developed, and
Yeah, no, we're good.
fun. And they said, you know what? This is too fun. Let's split
Like, they're
Chibi-Robo's
having
plug
what?
attack across 2 moves and give them annoying elements that forces the player to use both. That's not fun. I don't jump at the chance to use a whiplash. I don't jump at the chance to use a zip lash.
Yeah.
I begrudgingly use them to progress.
That's how I am
The
with games.
whiplash
I'm
is
like,
good for
how are you gonna
upgrade
force
combat,
me
and the
to
zip lash is good for far
like,
away stuff. I get they want to have a reason
do
for
this
me to
a
use the
certain
whiplash
day?
and the zip lash. But
Yeah.
come on, out of all games to have coherent design decisions, I'd personally design Chibi-Robo's moveset to be a bit more fun to use because the whiplash is too limited and the zip lash is too much of a hassle. I think charging the zip lash is unnecessary. Charging it doesn't make it go longer or anything. I think just holding the button, it immediately lets you aim and then you can let her rip. Maybe the downside would be the fact that once you let her rip, you have to watch it do its thing afterwards.
What?
There's still that slowness element, but it would be a lot less cumbersome. And then you could have given
But
the
you have to
whiplash
watch
more
it.
angles to work with here while still being
Instead
short
of
in its
just
reach. I
90
think doing that and
degrees or,
eliminating the
I guess,
zip lash
parallel.
charge up would still give you reasons to use both moves. Of course you may say, Sky, you're
Is that
not
a
a
boss?
developer. You don't know the first thing about designing a game. See, that's the thing. I don't know the first thing about game development, but that makes it even more fun to tell game developers what I would do differently.
You know, this game doesn't
Because
seem
he
too
doesn't-
bad so far.
Oh,
It
really?
has graphics, and it exists.
Yeah, you know me. I'm a sucker for existence.
Me too.
How are
That's
you?
why I love Gex.
Guys, like the game
Yes.
works, but the movement is more annoying than fun. It's like just gliding in the air. You have to hold X while falling. It's like it just doesn't feel good. It feels awkward. It feels
Why?
like a tactile
Why are you
move
just
more than anything.
hovering like
And then
that?
there's
You know how fast
rolling
you
in
have to
the
be spinning
game.
that?
Like you have to hold R, and it's only used in like 4 levels throughout the entire thing. It's worthless.
Wait, there's a roll in the game?
Okay, well, look at these features.
That's f***ing Gex.
So controlling the game works, but I don't find it fun. Your moveset is more so a means to get you to the end of the game rather than something I actively want to use because it's enjoyable. I mean, the game itself, it's just Chibi-Robo going from point A to point B in the level. Use your plug to do all kinds of things. Kill
no.
enemies, latch onto areas.
Oh.
I can't believe this game didn't do well. You
Really?
have plugs throughout the levels to recharge your health.
Which you have to,
gradually
which is-
decreases throughout
yeah,
the
I've
levels
noticed
since
that,
you're
but
just on
it
battery
lasts a
power.
long
So you
time.
plug in here, but then you can attach these orange things to fly up to higher ground. Why are they just orange things? What
Why
are
aren't they-
orange things? Why aren't they outlets? That's one thing I just
I
don't
mean,
get about this.
they
thing.
wouldn't be connected to
the
anything.
art design, context of everything, and what the hell they were going for.
So where's it supposed to take
Chibi-Robo's
place?
going on a journey throughout the world. We traveled to Oceania, then North Africa, then the Caribbean, Europe, North America, the South Pole, real life places. So
real life?
why are all levels so generic? Why are they made out of blocks?
they just
Why is
changed the
everything
background?
going for a low polygon art style? And where exactly am I in relation to these places? Chibi-Robo's
And
a
why?
tiny robot, but I never feel that perspective in these stages. Sure, there might be a big hat or something in the background, but
Yeah,
most
a
of the
big
time,
hat.
the
Oh, yeah,
size
there is.
never amounts
And a
to
pyramid.
anything in here. The fact I'm in Europe doesn't matter. These are just bland-looking stages that are just made up of f***ing tiles. Like, none of these levels look like they were made in a level creator. Just everything's made up of blocks. And if that's really the art style they were going for,
is it?
Why wasn't Chibi-Robo redesigned to look more blocky to go along with the rest
you
of the
missed that
style?
one?
Why can't I collect real-world candies in the game that are designed realistically, but then the rest of the game looks like this? But then the worlds I'm traveling through are real-life locations. I'm supposed to actually believe this is Europe, but then when we're about to fight a boss, Telly says, oh, we're about to fight World 1's boss.
Also, wait a second. He goes to all these different continents and his plug is the same?
Why couldn't you just say, oh man, this guy's looking pretty tough? No,
that doesn't make sense.
To fight the World 3 boss fight, sir. You are in a video game made of blocks, even though we also like to act like
you're
in real life.
Give you about everything you got.
Here's a realistic-looking bag of Funyuns.
I personally enjoy how inconsistent the art style is.
Yeah, inconsistency is a fun quirk of Gex.
I think it really keeps you on your toes. Like a mouse.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean, like a mouse?
Alright, yeah. How about, I think it's confusing. None of this references the fact that Chibi-Robo is a tiny robot, which is his entire character. The block-based level design is putrid, and this game just doesn't know what it wants to be at all.
Sorry, it's like 11 o'clock at night. This is...
So, tell me where it all began.
8th video? 9th video?
Don't even get me started. I'm gonna need a priest.
So we've got 6 worlds with 6 levels each in them. That doesn't seem like a lot, but when we enter these levels, they really got around the lack of content here by making the levels never end. These stages take a good 10 to 20 minutes to finish, and without there's absolutely nothing interesting going on.
How are you supposed to get that one?
Chibi-Robo is, how slow the Zip Lash is to charge up, how limited the Whiplash is. They feel a hell of a lot longer. They're beyond tedious, and it doesn't help that this game just has a ton of collectibles hidden throughout the levels.
Do you
They're
really want them? What's the speed record for this, or the speed run?
Increase your score at the end of the level, and there are so many of these things per stage. I almost feel inclined to collect them, but then I remember these give you nothing. Stop wasting your time. Your time is valuable.
And you're playing this game.
I continue to play 10 hours of Chibi-Robo Zip Lash. Now, you do have those
Dude,
collectible snacks throughout the levels too, the really realistic looking ones.
Ah, Mentos.
You can nab these, and then if you find a talking toy and give them all the snacks they want, you unlock a costume. These talking toys are some of the only form of resemblance this game has to actual Chibi-Robo games. Those titles had you meet up with wacky looking characters, and the toys are sort of that, but they just look completely out of place here. Like, it made sense when you'd see these things in the original game. They're toys, you're in a family's house.
Waste paper? Who just throws them on the ground?
Here I'm just dicking around in the Caribbean and some toy is randomly just hanging out in a portal. There's no context to the place they're sitting. It's just a place. There's nothing going on here. Why are you here?
Why is your head backwards?
This entire game around a trip around the world when you aren't actually going to make the stages look like they're a part of that world and have random toys ask for snacks in them. Why not make this a 2D platformer taking place in a house or a school or something?
The toys
the developers
want you to get them snacks. I thought you were supposed to be saving the world.
Around places like a kid's room, a bathroom, a kitchen. Instead, they decided to go for a worldwide trip theme so they could just lazily use generic themes like grasslands, desert. They just went water level, we're in the Caribbean. Anyways, the snacks you give to these toys are real-world snacks, and you get a giant advertisement told to you when you give them the food. Yes, this is blame product placement, and it's even weirder based on how the rest of the game looks like this. And then you find Utz cheese curls, and they look like that. To be fair, the snacks are from around the world, and it doesn't feel like
they're actually like native to where you are in the game? That's cool.
But no matter what, this is obviously product placement at its worst. There's no reason for this to be
you
here.
Just
it doesn't fit.
Like that?
At least in a game like Pikmin 2, where there are real-world objects in the game. One, it fits more because Pikmin 2's environments are supposed to look like the real world. It's more realistic. And two, they don't openly advertise the products to you.
Nice.
They go, oh, what's this thing? And they try to make sense of it themselves.
They don't tell you that it's a Duracell battery or a 7-Up bottle cap.
The product placement adds to the
which has value in Fallout, I think.
It makes it more realistic. Zip Lash pissed me off and makes me want dots. So, I know how the game looks. The levels are incredibly boring and they go on forever. The product placement is completely out of place. The moveset is more cumbersome than fun. I don't like it.
Well, that sounds like somebody that hasn't played enough of this game. Why don't you play another 5 hours and come back to us?
Yeah, it's a fine game. It's not like the level progression is like one of the stupidest game mechanics you've ever seen.
Does it? Oh, maybe it does.
Oh! After you beat a stage, you have to spin the destination right. That sounds like fun.
That's a
what does
meme.
it
I've
do?
seen that before.
Who decides what stage you're doing next? If you land on one, you go to the next stage. If you land on two, you go to the stage after the next. Now you'll still have to beat the stage you skipped over to progress. So what the f is the point of jumping all around like this? The 6 stages per world are set up like most 2D platformers. They gradually get harder the farther you go.
Yeah,
so
wow, crazy idea.
Play them out of order if that's the case. And also, while the stages are deliberately called World 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, there's an obvious order to follow here.
But then they have a wheel that throws it
out of
this
wheel. The wheel isn't meant to be fun. It's meant to be a roadblock, much like how the Whiplash is limited and the Zip Lash is slow.
The Whiplash?
Why would I want to go one stage at a time? I can't see what any future stages are going to contain. There's no reason why I'd want to play level 5 before level 3, so why would I want to skip around like this?
Why?
Obviously, the game wants you to progress normally. The end of a level is symbolized by 3 UFOs. Hitting the gold one gives you 3 destination wheel spins, silver gets you 2, bronze gives you 1. Obviously, you want the gold so you can guarantee you can keep spinning the wheel to get the stage you want, as in the next one in line.
Yeah.
Because if you spin the wheel and it lands on a 3 and you land on a stage you've already cleared, you have to play through it again.
That's dumb. That's dumb. I would lose it. I would
spin by hitting the gold UFO. Why else would you be able to purchase wheel slots so you can get the exact number you want?
Stuff like that.
Wait, what the f is the point of this then? If I can just buy slots with the exact numbers I want with the coins I collect, that just defeats any and all purpose of the wheel. It's just an annoying thing they added for the sake of being annoying. It doesn't even make sense in the context of the game.
I'm at a
These
loss
things like
of
the news broadcast
words
you're
here.
forced to watch in Splatoon, that may be annoying, but makes sense in the context of the game's world. A wheel does
that wheel you can pick out and you can you're forced to replay levels.
You still have to spin the wheel even when all the slots take you to the boss. What is wrong with this game?
Not much.
Why does it matter? Why do they love the obsession with wheels?
World 1 is Oceania. We got boring grassland stages, a stage where we're on balloons and swinging back and forth brings it down, staying still brings it up.
That saves the game right there.
World 1 is a robot kangaroo thing. Fun. World 2 is North Africa. Basically the desert world of this game. We have a skateboard stage in here. I died twice and gave up. When you die twice or more, you can just clear stages with coins. I have
with a moolah.
This game is far from difficult. It's incredibly easy, but if you happen to fall down a pit or something, starting back at the last checkpoint is grueling.
Are the checkpoints brutal? Like Devil May Cry 2?
I hate the idea of having to do everything in this game all over again.
Yeah.
And if you lose all your energy, you have to restart the level. And for these vehicle gimmick stages, it's really easy to get a game over because either your robot energy is being used by the vehicles or just one screw up is an immediate failure and you have to start the whole level over again.
What? No matter what your health is?
Played this game. The boss of this world is a snake pharaoh thing. Grab bombs and throw it in its mouth. Just getting the bombs over here takes a while, and waiting for the snake to open up its mouth takes a while. This boss took 15 minutes to complete and I didn't die at all. It just took a long time.
Yeah,
I was
those are the worst.
I considered giving up as soon as I left the womb, but alas, here I am, World 3. The Caribbean, the ocean stage, where Chibi-Robo pulls a Moses and parts the Red Sea. There's an ice Chibi-Robo power-up where we get to turn water into ice for a second. There's also a fire Chibi-Robo power-up where we get to turn things on fire. But both of these pretty much equate to hold right, you'll demolish anything in your path. There's a jet ski thing, and then the submarine is one of the worst controlling things humanity has ever created. It is so slow and delayed. It is a submarine. It should.
Has Scott ever driven a car in Payday 2?
But this is so slow and delayed.
I think.
It's just not fun. Like
I don't know if it's better
of what
on
this
PC
game
or
does,
not.
they force these little irritations in there. They could have made this game at the very least fun to control, but for some reason they think
that's the kind of stuff that drives me
every
insane.
controllable aspect of this game is good game design. And then the boss of this world, you use the damn submarine again! World 4 is Europe, or the forest, where it's just the same 2D platforming again. Return of the stupid balloon thing. I skipped this one. The boss is bats. World 5.
Literally bats?
Alright, home field advantage. This is an industrial world. A lot of factories. Another skateboard level. I skipped this one. The boss is this. And World 6
What do you mean the boss
Pole.
is that? Just logistics?
The South Pole. It's really weird
Pretty
that
sure it's
final
a
levels
desert,
are
but okay.
snow-themed. It's even weirder, half of them are lava themed.
Why?
I guess the idea is that the aliens have done so much damage to the world that the South Pole is on fire. Maybe. Or maybe they just decided to slap real world places on the names of these worlds at the last minute.
That would make sense.
In this
I don't know where we're supposed to be.
Oh, Christ God.
Wait,
I actually
Chibi-Robo has a little friend.
Games. The physics are generally tolerable to me, and I
oh God, just ate him.
Here, the controls are terrible. It's not only slippery, but everything is so delayed and slower than ever before. This is unbearable.
Did they make another game after this?
Stage, skipped it. I kept running out of battery power and got 2 game overs. I didn't have the energy myself to figure out what I was doing
eats your
wrong.
battery power so fast.
Throws you a lava stage halfway through. Goes back to an ice theme and then another lava theme. The final boss. Oh my God, I don't know if I'm happy I finally finished this game and can actively call it a piece of shit,
played this
or if
game
I'm
for
sad I
us.
stooped to the level of
Scott,
beating
thank
Chibi-Robo
you
Zip Lash.
for your
The boss
service.
is a giant alien ship. We grab the tiny alien UFOs, they become laser guns, and we have to shoot all the bright spots on the ship in the background. Honestly, the best fight in the game. It's a decent fight, not hard at all, but I think it was a neat little change of pace. But of course, this wasn't the final boss. There's a final boss. We have to build a giant Chibi-Robo robot to fight it, and now
And it's used all the coins that
You have to buy the pieces to make the robot.
and you
This
use
money
the
I've
coins to
collected
skip.
has had no use
Until
outside
right
of
now.
skipping levels, buying number panels, and buying items throughout the stage if you needed them. I did not. But right before the final boss, you're telling me I had to be grinding for coins this entire
And how are you supposed to know
time?
that?
Why
My
not just
chat
then
would
every
get
boss
mad at
fight you
me
have to
for
purchase
complaining
things
about something
so it
like
gets
that.
in my Chibi-Robo Zip Lash beating head. I might need to save up coins for the final boss.
Yeah, no,
Going to the
that's
head. Now I have to go back through
that's
the game.
stuff that drives me
grind for 20,000
insane.
coins to buy body parts to beat the final boss. I am fucking done.
You should probably get on that.
I can use the amiibo.
For
Chibi-Robo
what?
is still partially owned by Bandai. I'm still not happy. We
Oh,
can
yeah.
get World 7 Asia with it by scanning it.
Oh,
It's a
nice.
bonus world and
a bonus world.
oh my god, why didn't the rest of the game look like this? I mean, there are still blocks, but this looks so much more appealing than the rest of the game. We can level up our Chibi-Robo amiibo and become Super Chibi-Robo, which is just a slightly powered up Chibi-Robo.
What do you mean slightly
I-
powered?
I
What
don't
doesn't
know what
matter?
else to say,
Yeah,
man.
he's already
I don't wanna
powered.
play
He was
3
powered
hours more
before.
of this game just to get coins for a final boss I'm not gonna like. And so,
Did he not actually? Wait, what is he doing? Oh, he's watching somebody else fight the final boss instead of playing the game.
Budget one.
You know, it all comes together in the end.
I mean, I liked the game, but now I really like it.
Gex.
Chibi-Robo
Gex.
Zip Lash is not a good game. It's
This
a
video
painfully
flew
generic
by.
2D platformer and spits in the face of what the original Chibi-Robo represented and showcases my problems with some modern Nintendo games. It
Some?
felt like it was talking down to the consumers. No, people don't like this, but they'll like this. A boring, annoying 2D platformer with terrible art design and no idea what it wants to be. The levels
Yeah.
are designed alright, the game functions, but is that really enough to call a game okay? No, there's no reason
I mean,
to
I
play
got,
this
what,
game,
a
and it
51
annoys
on
me that they held the
Metacritic or
series
whatever?
hostage over this thing's success. I don't think Skip developed much of this game. The developer
Who
fan
did?
pools in
Oh.
the credits, and looking at their history with games like Wii Play Motion and the mini games and Mario and Luigi
What other
Superstar
ones have they
Saga,
done?
I feel like they primarily developed this game and Skip kind of just oversaw it. Comparing these 3 games is tough, but I easily dislike Zip Lash the most. They're all terrible, but Amiibo Festival has some dumb, sarcastic fun to be had in it. And
Does it?
Smash at its core has a fine base
I
for
mean,
a Mario
it's a
tennis
tennis game.
Zip Lash, every element of it, I have problems with. And
You're
as
talking
I
about
progress through the
user-friendly?
game,
It's not.
It just irritated me more and more. It was painful to play through. This game slogs on and on. It's not fun. Every aspect of the gameplay, they added an annoying element for seemingly no reason other than to just
Yep.
be annoying.
Yep.
I have no idea why they did any of this, considering they wanted Chibi-Robo to be a success. Thrown in Destination Wheel.
Yeah,
Chibi-Robo's features
why
online.
though?
It's been 5 years since I bought this. And even though I'm 97% finished,
97.
I'm
Right.
done.
Oh, okay. I think
I think
he's
I've played enough
played
to
enough to
consider
get an
this
opinion.
my least favorite game of all time.
That's insane. That's a title.
blows.
It wins.
Seems a little harsh, acting like you hate the game or something.
I do!
But the level designs are alright. You must love the game then.
This
Just
guy.
because the game doesn't inherently have terrible level design or any major bugs or glitches, that doesn't mean it's fine. It just means it works. Just because a game works doesn't mean it's good. I don't like playing this game. I hate what it stands for. I don't like that they made fans of Chibi-Robo buy this with the hope of Chibi-Robo having a future.
But
I don't
did it
like
have
that
a
they
future?
bought so low of people and consumers thinking that they'll love this generic, terrible 2D platformer. I don't like this game.
You know, when you put it that way, I kind of like the idea of this game being terrible.
Yeah, and as
Why?
a therapist, therapy generally moves the quickest.
Why is he always
Accurate to
drinking?
everything the patient has to say.
Gex will be Gex.
Yeah. He just open up another one in that with the continuity.
This game blows. This
Oh.
game blows.
Yep. Which I guess is a recurring meme.
This game blows. As much as I like that, I think I want to end this now. How can we take each and every one of the Chibi-Robo Zip Lash games in existence
the writing still
and
on his hand.
eliminate each and every one of them?
I don't know.
We're swimming with rats.
Can't swim.
Huh.
Love rats. I'm in.
More of a lizard
Okay.
I'm deathly afraid of circles.
Come on, guys. I assume 95%
Wait,
of
what
Zip
is-
Lash's population down
Toledo?
the over the past
Scott-
3
is Scott
years.
Ohio?
Go down there
I'm so
right
sorry,
now,
Scott.
Finish them off before they ever resurface.
I have as much confidence in this as I have facial hair.
You have facial.
Oh.
Where?
Well, I'm in. You know what they say? WWGD. What would Gex do?
Yep.
G stands for Jesus.
Oh.
Rex.
The G stands for. Wait a minute.
No, the revolution isn't for everybody.
Oh, I dropped something down the toilet last week. Remind me to look for it.
Oh, okay. What in the world? We actually went in a tunnel? Is this, oh, okay, that looked like it was under a bridge. Are they just gonna find a stockpile of Chibi-Robo Zip Lash? Also, wow, they are just walking in this.
There! are my jeans.
Okay,
Why
so
did you
keep an eye
flush
out
your
for
jeans?
these games.
What does it look like again?
Hard to describe. Shapes, 4 sides, colors.
Does it have Chibi-Robo Zip Lash on it?
No.
Yes!
Oh, well.
There they are.
All of... Okay,
I
it's
just
not
thought that's
actual...
what water looked like now!
Oh.
Weird name for Gex.
the effect.
Why are the copies circling around?
Are they gonna summon Chibi-Robo in real life?
I f***ing hate circles!
Chibi-Robo? Wait, what in the world? The animation? The budget? Oh. The green reflected off it because it's a green screen.
All the copies you've thrown down the toilet over the past 3 years have become sentient?
That's why my plumber fucking hated me.
Guys, come on, Gex gonna do
understandable.
this, right, Gex?
The effect? Oh, well.
It's the anti-Gex!
No, it's just a sewer monster comprised entirely of copies of Zip Lash!
I'm going with the anti-Gex.
Yeah, that sounds right.
anti-Gex has the word Gex in it.
Now that's what I call a good point.
Yeah, true. Oh, goodbye. Scott's the only one that can save the world from Chibi-Robo Zip Lash. Oh yeah, running in water, good luck. Also, the fact that he's just running, like, wearing normal pants. Also, wow, the effects. The budget is so high. Understandable. Oh. Imagine being a bystander watching them film this.
I'm tired of this! You're a terrible game! But that doesn't mean I won't overcome you! I'm better than that! You're back?
Where did he go?
Energy and ammo.
That's the corn dog! No! He only took one bite of the corn dog. Okay.
So what's the game plan here?
Wait, he didn't try to share the corn? Okay, well. All the friends have been consumed. Oh,
What
no.
the hell is the game plan here?
What's the exact opposite of this thing? Not Gex, that's for
Not.
sure.
No, I think it's Gex.
Oh, wait, Gex? Gex is about to fix everything? Oh. Gex fixes everything. The effects. Oh, no.
You know, I've always wondered what trauma felt like.
It's not fun.
Thanks. Thanks for sticking it out with me. I got it all out of my system.
Did
Nintendo
you?
had a bad 2015, but that doesn't mean I should let it affect my mental health. And so what if somebody likes a game I dislike? It doesn't matter. They're wrong anyways.
It's been an honor serving you. I can finally tell you why you're so messed up in the head.
Why?
After playing a game as good as Chibi-Robo Zip Lash,
It's good?
it will definitely make you feel inadequate.
Sure.
You can rip up that rain checker therapy I had with you. I'm good on my own now. I think I'm going to start my own therapy business. Call it the Think Barrel.
No,
The
good
Think
on you.
Barrel.
I love
What?
seeing therapists start their own business.
Yeah.
Why do you look at the camera?
What was your name?
Dr. Atrix, but you can call me Jerry.
Thank
Jerry.
you, Dr. Geriatrics. You know, I still have this on me.
Oh, Gex.
My god, for real?
PlayStation.
Oh, yes! We're turning this Gex night into a Gex year.
Okay. Hi, Gex.
What the f is this?
It's Gex. Okay. The Dark Age of Nintendo. This was awesome. We finally finished the saga. Did not expect it to be that long of a saga. I think we'll do the bloopers, like, in next week's video. Probably one by one, because people have raved about them in the comment section. And I read all your comments. Starring Scott, Justin Womble, Sam, that's a E-Sig. Eric Turney. Justin Womble. Okay. Garrett Williamson. Chase Akers, Joshua Typel. Animation by Anonymous. There's not gonna be a little joke at the end. There's still like 10 seconds. Come on, Scott. Nothing? Just a screen of nothingness? Come on, give me just like one random scream at the end. Come on. No? No? Aw, that would be so funny though. I really hope you enjoyed this video. We have finished the Dark Age of Nintendo, and then we have the bloopers to get to, which I've reacted to the bloopers in the past. I think I've done 2 of the bloopers. I think it might have been, I don't think it was a trial. I've done, it was recently. But Scott the Waz has been on channel every single Tuesday for the past couple Tuesdays. I really enjoy these videos. You all seem to be really enjoying them as well, so thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope I made your day a tiny little bit better. I do look forward to reading your comments, and if you played this game or you were familiar with Chibi-Robo before this video, please let me know, because I'm actually curious to know if any of you even heard of this series, because obviously I have not. But I really hope you have a wonderful rest today. But until next video, take care and keep the music.
were playing.